trumpet players, does your band teacher, director get on your case for writing in fingerings? Give me a break. Do they know how hard it is to get all those notes out with just 3 valves? And besides, how are those fingerings going to help you anyway? And why do they want you to bring a pencil to class when they won't even let you use it? Where's the consistency? Do they even know that if you don't put the right fingers down, you're probably going to get wrong notes out? You're just doing a little real-time problem solving. I suppose they give you some garbage about it getting in the way of you learning something. What do they know? The truth is you probably don't really need them written in. They just make you feel a little more sure of yourself. It's like a guarantee, not like spoon feeding. Plus, it only takes a few minutes to put the fingerings in anyway. I wouldn't copy them off the kid beside you unless the kid beside you is really good, because half the time the kid beside you is going to be wrong. I don't know if you steal class time or if you use your own valuable personal time to write in those fingerings, but it's kind of like an investment. It'll pay off. If it's going to keep you from screwing up, it's worth it, right? Now, if your teacher gives you some grief about writing in the fingerings and says that, it doesn't tell you how high or how low a note is, just nod, smile, and say whatever you have to say to get them off your case. If you're playing the melody, you know how it goes anyway. And if you're playing second, who cares? Nobody's ever going to hear you. And there's always some goody two-shoes in the section that took piano lessons. They're going to get it right. So just listen to them, do what they do, and you'll eventually get it, right? Don't worry about the little details in the music. All that fancy stuff that's up in the staff with the notes. Whatever the details that are up in the music there, like phrasing, articulation, whatever that is, musicality, the stuff your teacher's always on about. They're not going to test you on that stuff. Write in some fingerings, get a few right notes, keep those C's coming. Besides, all that fancy stuff that's up in the staff, it's not that far away. You got 2 eyes, one for the fingerings and one for the fancy stuff. Depending on how long you've been playing, you might need to know a dozen notes, several fingerings. That's a lot. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. I don't even know what day it is. Oh, it's April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. Gotcha. I hope you're laughing, because that was all a joke. If you don't get it, if you think I was serious, then you have to stay with me or go to this website and look for the explanation. I think it's in the fingering charts near the business about alternate fingerings. There's a description. Stay with me. Did you stay? Fun. So here it is. It's time to get past this writing in fingerings business. Now, there's a handful of tips to get you started. First, stop writing in all the fingerings for the notes that are painfully easy, like these ones. You know C. You know G. You don't need those fingerings. Take them off now and start instead to look at the notes. Go ahead and play this. And don't look at those fingerings. Not those 2 notes. Want me to play along? Etc. By the way, if you're looking for the missing last note, it's a C, up, open. When you do write some fingerings in, don't write them on repeated notes. If you've got a bunch of F's in a row, don't write 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Write it on the first one and force your eye to look at the rest of the notes. You need to get that coordination of hand, eye, brain going. Another tip is to erase all the fingerings on something you know really well, or even the section of a piece that you know really well. Erase them all and force yourself to read the notes. Develop that hand, brain, eye, ear association. Pretty quick, you'll need to know the difference between F and F sharp, B flat and B natural, or just B. These are first and second valve, often work with each other in a given key, so you'll find them in some of the same pieces. If you haven't done this already, start making sure that you know the note names as well as the fingerings. A G is open. That's a G, it's open. That's going to help you in music class in general, and it's going to help you with reading. As your range increases up the instrument, you're going to run into duplicate names, and you can actually just duplicate the fingering from an octave below. That's not always the best fingering, but it'll always work. Learning a few fingerings will make your life better. Start that process today. Today's a great day to be a trumpet player. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There are some good reasons for writing in the occasional fingering. I think I've covered that in a post on my website. Try searching the term alternate fingerings. There are about 60 ways to play these fingerings without going above this C. There's only one that's right. You need to learn to read the notes. Now let's do this together. Let's go, band!